this time around. Sorry, I have some I have some settings I need to fix because I can hear myself talking, and that's annoying. Okay. Now I don't hear myself talking. Why am I being given the option to follow myself? I don't understand. Sorry guys, I have a few things I need to fix, and I have no idea why. Yeah, I don't know why it's saying The Sims 4. Animation stream. Because I changed all of this, so I don't know why I changed back. Animating today. Yeah, apologies if I seem a little bit all over the place. I've basically been spending all the time towards the stream. Excuse me. Just trying to, get a Twitch bot to work. And it was just not working because I don't know. Like, I got everything all set up. All the things are set up. But for reasons I do not completely comprehend, I tried to put in, like, commands and whatnot. So, hopefully by next stream, we should have a chat bot and a point system ready to go, because that's something I've wanted to do for a while. It's still saying I'm streaming The Sims 4 for some reason. Oh, there we go. Hello, the one person watching this. I apologize if we're not kind of getting straight into the stuff, because, unfortunately, I kind of unintentionally have been caught with my pants down. So if you'll just excuse me for just a sec, I have something I want to do super quick before we begin proper, because, I said that I would, and it's a nice thing to do. And okay, so before we begin proper, I just wanted to give a super-de-duper quick shout-out to, I'll just send this in chat, Feathered Flint. This guy's stuff is awesome. He streams games and whatnot. And he was very helpful with this whole figuring out the chatbot thing. Again, it's not finished, but that's because there's some weird thing I think going on Streamlabs end. So, like, you know, that's great. Anyway, I don't know how long we're gonna be streaming today. Just because this isn't the most this probably isn't gonna be the most interesting stream. It won't be as much fun as, like, say, like, The Sims 4 or anything. Hey, if you're watching, feel free to say hello. Looking for assets. Yeah, sorry, there's, like, nothing going on. Okay, so, in case you didn't, like, you weren't here for the first bit, we're gonna be animating today. Exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. So, I gotta change the name here super quick. There we go, keyframe 01. So basically, Clip Studio Paint. Oh, hello, Milk Steak. Great to see you. Clip Studio Paint. It has animation in it. It has, like, an animation side to it, and I've been using that for Foxtails, or at the very least the last Foxtails, and this one that's coming up after it, to animate with. As you can see, I've got, like, my little super basic animation plan that I'm sure if I showed to anyone professional, they would be disgusted and confused. I got my ref here of the boy. Everyone give a clap in the chat for the boy. The good boy. The best boy. Best boy. Best boy. It's like Best Buy, but it's where you get cute fennec foxes. With all that explanation out of the way, I'm sure y'all are tired of just listening to me talk about nothing. Let's do some animating. Let's do some incredibly simple, probably not at all professional animating. apologies if takes a bit, because I have two screens on, right? So this happened last time. I have no idea why this is, but because I had two screens on last time I did art, my cursor goes a lot wider for reasons I don't entirely understand, other than, I don't know, it's like, oh, the screen's wider, so we have to compensate for wide screen or something. I don't know, it's weird. I have no idea how to fix it. Clap for the boy, yes. Let us clap for the boy. Seems we've got more viewers. Hello, Pixelate Dog and a Great Milk Steak. That's the only, I think, users who are actually on right now. So yeah, anyway, here, I'm gonna try something because, like, it's also putting everything at, like, a tilt whenever I try to do lines, so, like, yeah, anyway, so this is just a cute little animation for Foxtails. You might notice that I'm using the background that I use for Foxtails, which normally I would just have as, like, a separate part of, like, the timeline in a video editing thing. But you can't add transparency to an animation file proper, not even, like, a GIF. So I do the whole background. I just add in the background and just, it might be a little bit inconsistent, but whatever. I don't know any better way to deal with it in this program, the program that I use for film editing, so. I like how we're about 6 minutes in and I haven't been able to even draw a circle yet because of the way the second screen messes with, yeah, this isn't helping. Messes with my pen. So I honest to God, I might turn off the second screen when I'm just trying to draw and to just pull up the program normally. Because this is a pain, and it's, yeah, I'm gonna just turn off the second screen. Sorry, folks. So if you chat something, I may not see it immediately. I'm sorry. It works for The Sims 4. It really doesn't work for what I'm trying to do. So, yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. I wish there was a way to fix it. I don't know, but today is just a day where everything goes wrong. So, you know, it's all good. Again, I wanted to have a chat bot ready to go, but I've been farting around with it for like a good... I think it's still doing it for some reason. Let me actually like unplug the screen and see if that helps. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Don't know why I'm feathering my line. Let's just... So yeah, whenever I want to check things, I'm gonna have to pull up the thing, and you're probably gonna be seeing like lots of pauses. I apologize for that, but whatever. It's better than it sort of actively getting in the way of my ability to do this, because I don't want you guys to be watching me draw a circle for like a solid minute or so. The stream's already been a disaster. I'm sorry, everyone. So, people watching, how we doing? It still feels like it's at a slant for some reason. What the heck? I thought it was... I think I might have to close the app. Hang on. Can you open Twitch on your phone and check chat there? I can open Twitch, but for some reason I can't check chat. I don't know why. Like the chat, like it's weird. On my own channel, for some reason, the chat doesn't show up. And I have absolutely no idea why that is, and it's very weird and very annoying. So for the animation we're doing, this is a relatively simple one by comparison. It's to be fair, all the animations that I do for Foxtails are pretty simple in terms of like what they are. They're usually just something like really basic, like, oh, he slammed his face into a cake or something. You know, it's not like big complex fight scenes. And I like this first frame here is kind of perfectly encapsulating my mood. Okay, so it feels a little bit better now, so that's good. So there's 50 frames in total, so 25. So the surprise should start at the 25th. Why is there no background? Oh, I think I know. Hang on. There we go. That should fix it. Yeah, great. Awesome. All right. That's something I really like about this program is that animating is actually, like, extremely convenient. So it's like the first 15, and then like another 10. Yeah, so 25. The next keyframe should start at 25. So let's specify cells. Keyframe 02. Okay. Oh, let's turn on onion skinning, so I can keep things vaguely the same in terms of proportion. Admittedly, I'm actually gonna go back to this one so I can add a little bit more detail because like it is still meant to be like the boy here. And this is an extremely rough-looking, like, sketch, and I don't know why they did it so rough. First of all, hello, Dressert. Good to see ya. Also, you downloaded the Oregon Trail, milk steak. How's that go? I've actually... It's crazy. Everyone was like, oh, remember the Oregon Trail? Remember the Oregon Trail? I never played the Oregon Trail growing up. I don't even think our school computers had it. And I certainly didn't have it. See, when I think of, like, games I played at school, I think of, like, All the Right Type. I think of, Math Circus. I think of, Which, Math Circus was extremely cheap, by the way. Like, I could have... Like, with my limited programming knowledge, I probably could have made at least the first 4 games of that in Turing. Excuse me. And, what was it, Reader Rabbit? Yeah, and for other entertainment games, I usually played them at home. I played, like, the Humongous Entertainment games and, like, the Disney, the Disney, like, entertainment packs, like, the activity packs, like the Timon and Pumbaa one, where they have, like, a bunch of, like, mini-games and whatnot. But I never played the Oregon Trail growing up. Oh, Discord was still open for some reason. That's probably at least slightly draining the stream. But yeah, I never played the Oregon Trail growing up. Here, maybe I can have him be like a bit lower, make him look a little bit more hunched over. I like how we've been going for 13 minutes and I haven't even finished sketching out a single frame yet. You know what they say, we all work at our own pace. So, like, you know, I should probably stop beating myself up. Okay, keyframe 2. With that sort of kept in mind, let's kinda... Here, we'll have it be like a little bit more like so. Head would be, I think would be about here. He's a little bit hunched over, so yeah, so about here I think is a good kind of indicator. I don't know what I'm talking about. Amateur animator speak, I guess. I didn't play Oregon Trail at school. I actually bought my own copy and I played it at home. Ah, okay, I see. How is it? Because I've never played it. I've heard it's like, oh, it's so good, it's so well done. I've never played it. And, you know, I only really heard about it when I was in, like, my teens. And I obviously at that point, I wasn't interested in playing, like, educational games. So, it was a little bit lost on me, I guess. I never really researched it. I guess while I have you guys here, like I said, I'm sort of trying to figure out getting a Twitch or like, pardon me, not a Twitch, but what do we call it? Okay, whatever, a chat bot for the Figgy Newtons. Art! Hi, Figgy. Everyone say hi to Figgy. Figgy's real cool. It's a lot shorter than I remember. I beat it twice within like 4 hours. I'm not terribly surprised by that. A lot of like educational games and whatnot tend to actually be pretty short. Like I remember, what is it, Freddy Fish in the Case of the Missing Kelp Seeds, and the other Freddy Fish games. I remember those like taking me a while, but then looking back, I played them sort of recently, and I beat it in like half an hour. Maybe it's because like I'm an adult now, but like it's not really hard. But yeah, everyone say hi to Figgy. Key to it. How do you have like these cute little like custom like? Oh, I don't. Do I not follow you, Figgy? Oh, I sent you like a friend request. Say, have you heard about the Colors Live coming to the Colors Live coming to Nintendo Switch? I sub to a lot of people. Is that how you sub to people and then you get their I still don't really know how Twitch works. Like all of the streaming stuff is like completely foreign to me. And I'm sorry, what was that game? No, hi Shawnee. Everyone say hi to Shawnee as well. Dressert Colors Live. What is that? Would you be able to explain what that is? I like how half of my streams are just being like, hi person, everyone say hi to person. I don't mind though, it's always really nice and nice and heartwarming to see some familiar faces come in and say hello. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Sorry, I just downed a whole Coke Zero, so you might hear me burp a few times. I apologize. I'm spending way too much time on his head. Yeah, that line of action does not make a ton of sense. That's the thing I like about digital art. When I mess up, I could just edit it and pretend like I didn't. Of course, when I'm streaming, y'all have video evidence of my failure, but whatever, who cares? It just means that we're closer than ever. But yeah, no, Dressert, I haven't heard of Colors Live. Is that like an art thing? Like, hang on, if you guys are alright, I'm just gonna Google that super quick. Oh, there was a Kickstarter for it. Colors Live with pressure-sensitive pen for Nintendo Switch. That's interesting. No, I have not heard of this. Oh, it's based on like the Colors games. I know what these are. I've never bought any of them. But I know what this is. That's interesting. Yeah, maybe I'll pick this up at some point. I don't know. So, chat folks, how you doing? How was your day, other than Milksteak, who, because I already talked to Milksteak about, well, actually, you know what, no, I say other than Milksteak, but Milksteak, how was, your day other than, Oregon Trail, I suppose? And, wow, Fox looks kind of scary. Like, look at him. Look at him. He looks like a Five Nights at Freddy's character. I might actually do like a second pass on these keyframes for sketches, just cause it looks so, well, I don't know, the more I look at it, the fact that he looks kind of weird and freaky is kind of funny. I think I might keep it. Generally, I usually only do one sketch pass when I'm doing animation, just because it's animation already takes plenty of time, and it's already kind of like a case where it's like, you know, it's fine. You know, I'm already working on like a limited like time frame because I have to like start editing video pretty soon. In fact, I probably should have already started, but like just a whole bunch of like stuff got in the way. And this is a pretty big one. This video, this Foxtails coming up, is a pretty big one. So it is a pretty Lorg and Inchorg one. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but I do know that there's a couple of animated segments. There's a bunch of new assets. I wanted to have a new end card ready to go. I don't think I'm gonna have the new end card ready to go by the time the video needs to be uploaded. And this one is Pride themed, so I have to get it out by the end of the month. Because if I don't, well, then that's a golden sort of opportunity missed, and it's kind of missing. Like, I didn't do anything for Pride. Well, I did do something for Pride, but like this is a Pride video. I don't want to miss doing a Pride video, and I don't like missing Foxtails. I don't like missing dates for Foxtails because it's like, What you walked like 5 miles today? What were you walking to? And would you walk 500 miles? And would you walk 500 more? Just for the sake of it, and probably. And Figgy is sleepy. Are you sleepy, Fig? Are you a sleepy Fig? Are you a sleepy bee? Are you... Would you say, Fig, that you're sleepy? You didn't sleep well last night? That's unfortunate. I actually, for a change, I actually slept pretty okay last night, which took me by surprise. I was like, oh, wow. I slept okay last night. That's always fun. I don't know if I'm going to be blessed with good sleep again. I doubt it, but we shall see. Oh, his hands are looking a little weird. See, again, good thing about animating my own stuff is as long as I can interpret my own art, it's fine. My sketches are like super like messy, so it can be a little bit hard to figure out what I'm trying to communicate. That's something I need to work on, is making my my sketches a little bit easy, or at least like being better about making them look a little bit more visually clear, because like eventually I'm probably going to be working with someone someday, and they might have to clean up my work, and yeah, no one wants to be the guy who has to clean up the impossibly messy work. My sleep schedule is messed up. I'm usually awake all night and asleep all day. Yeah, it's on off for me. Some days it's like that, other days it's not. I've been trying to sleep during the night and wake up during the day, but it's hard because a lot of the time I'm not tired during the night. I mean, foxes are at least sort of nocturnal, so I mean it does make sense, right? Okay, so we've got the keyframe sketched out for base pose. That first keyframe lasts for about 15, I think. Yeah, so starting at 16, we're gonna start sketching the in-betweens, which is exciting. In-between 01. Now, this was something I had to learn. It's not enough. When you're animating, instead of like using like regular folders and whatnot, you have to use animation folders. I'm actually gonna rename this one. And on top of that, once you make a new layer, it becomes a cell. It becomes a cell of animation. But, pardon me, in order for it to work, like in order for it to show up, you have to specify the cell. Like say I go to 17, and then I'd specify a cell, and then it would show up. So, oh wow, the background is actually not helping. So I'm actually going to turn off the background for now because it honestly makes it a little bit hard to see. I wonder if I can, like... Yeah, that... no. Alright, well, we'll just go for broke, I guess. So, this is going to be very smear-heavy. So you're going to get to see very, very weird-looking art of Fox during this stream. I don't know how far into this animation we're gonna get, and again, I have to finish it before the end of the week so I can edit it into the video. So that's gonna be fun. I'd at least like to get the sketches for the basic pose and the tail done tonight. The tail doesn't really need to be all that animated for this. Here, I'm actually going to turn this off because it's a little, or rather, I'm going to turn it down because it's actually making it a little bit harder to see. Because this one should actually be based a bit more on the first one because it's based more on that one. Just going to check chat super quick. What I wish, if I, wait. Just motion tween. I would motion tween Figgy, but that's not. That's what I do sometimes when I'm editing the video. Not so much when I'm just animating, because I find a lot of the time when I try it, it ends up looking quite poor. Great Milksteak. In lighter news, I attempted drawing a Mac from Mac and... Oh, right, yes, you were talking about that last stream. How did that go? Yeah, you won't be able to between those frames anyway. Yeah, the poses are the poses are a little bit too dramatically different. What I wish, fun fact, I live near a road called Fox Street. Yes, what I wish, because I own that street. It's mine. You usually stay up all night anyway. It's not the healthiest thing to do, but I do the same thing, so hey, I'm not one to judge. And also CJ, yes, we're animating today. We're doing animation. Animation. 5 points to whoever knows what that's from. I like how if you see this out of context, it looks like super sad. But then it like ends with like, yay! Which, if that's just not the mood of the day. The proportions are not that great here. I might have to go back and fix them in this frame because, yeah, arms are a little bit oddly proportioned. So yeah, apologies if this isn't the most exciting stream, but then again, I said that like 100 times last stream. That's kind of the problem, you know, is when I'm streaming, I always get like so worried that I'm not being entertaining enough. It's like, oh no, I'm being a quiet boy. You know, I guess it's because like whenever I watch literally anyone else's streams, they're all like significantly like, I guess there's a lot more going on. Is probably a good way to put it. They have like all like little edited effects and whatnot, and they're all like fun and exciting. I'm just trying to figure out how that stuff works, but it's been a really slow process. Because again, I'm new to this. I only started streaming this year. I'd never done it before, and yeah, clearly I still have a lot of work to do. That's okay though. You know, you can't learn if you don't do. I find, at least for me, that's the case. Maybe not for like everyone. I don't know what I'm talking about. Just gonna real quickly look back there. I realize there's no right way to draw Mac. No, there is no right way to draw Mac and me. There is no right way to draw Mac and me. You could easily repurpose that frame as a super sad one, I guess, but I don't really do super sad art anymore. I used to do it all the time. In fact, actually, the next script for the one after this Pride one is you might see a couple of super edgy sad pieces of art that I did in high school, but I don't really do super sad art anymore. Not because I'm not like liable to get sad, but like yeah, you should always go back and like check your animation. I like how much less detailed this sketch is because I based it on the first one. That's pretty funny. All right, so now we're gonna see. I could probably duplicate this one and just kind of fart around with it, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna try that just to sort of show off the kind of different things you can do with the program. There, duplicate 15. It's in between less 15, or is it 16? No, it's 16. So 17. Specify a layer in between 02. But yeah, no, there is no right way, correct way to draw Mac from Mac and me. There's only the ways that are less awful and less mind-numbing and all that good stuff. So basically the plan is as I'm doing this, he kind of sort of goes down a bit and then goes back up, is kind of how I'm planning to do this. So actually what I might do is, because this actually makes it look like his arms are 10. Well, actually, no, that could work. That could work if we make his arms, like, because they could, like, go down and then fling up. So yeah, I actually don't mind that. I'm going to go with that. I actually think that could look pretty alright. Maybe a little bit weird, janky, but again, I'm new to animating, so this is, basically, this whole year so far has just been, I haven't done this thing yet. I want to try doing this thing. And it's been fun. It's been really fun. It's been informative, except for trying to figure out how the Hiffle streaming works, because it's honestly been frustrating. Not streaming itself. Streaming itself has been fun. I've been loving talking to you guys, but like figuring out like the extra like doodads, because there's like 100 different plugins you have to figure out. It's such a pain. If you want to have things look nice and whatnot, like you think you could just have them all like centralized into one spot or something. But there is no such way to do that as far as I can tell. I tried, and the only ways I could find was having to pay like an exorbitant amount for like extra services, and I just, no, I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. I don't stream nearly often enough for it to be worth it, you know? Like, that's just not worth it. So you're not seeing it right now, but I'm probably going to end up having to abuse smear frames. And smear frames are magical. That's the fun. Wait, what's the fun? What I wish? Was it just figuring things out? So let's just play this back super quick and see how it looks. It's obviously going to be like super jank. But yeah, you can already see there's like a tiny bit of motion going on where his arms are moving down and it looks a little bit like his hair is kind of deflating right now, but the kind of idea I want to go is that it's kind of pushing down. So I might actually make the change in hair a little bit more subtle for in between 1 and then like in between 02. So let's go back. When you're animating, this is pretty normal, having to go back and like fix kind of old frames. Also, it's pretty normal, by the way, is you see like this animation plan. Yeah, don't be surprised if we cheese it a little. That's kind of just how it is. Let's see if that looks a little bit better in motion. Let me in motion, quote unquote. Oh, is it doing the thing? Ah, I hate when it does this. Sometimes when I'm trying to look at the playback, for reasons I don't completely comprehend, it'll skip frames, and I do not know why that is. And like I know how I was saying earlier, oh, Clip Studio Paint's got like so many like great features. It does that for reasons I don't understand, and it's annoying, and I don't get it. I really don't understand. Actually, you know what? Let's go back to in between 2, and let's slightly fix the inner ear so that it looks a little bit more like, you know, like they actually moved. Oh, I did the thing. That's the first thing out of the way. Now I just have to accidentally swear and then like drop an F-bomb, and then we're perfect. Your plan seems to transform you into Ratchet. Yeah, you know, Ratchet's just really, really surprised. Is just really happy to have a new game. You know, like he's just really happy. So let's give him that. Let's give him a bit of that happiness. You know, he deserves to be happy. He deserves to interrupt my pride animation and be like, "Yay, I'm doing pretty good." You know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm tired. Honestly, it might be a little bit early by the time we finish the stream. Like, it might only be like 9, because usually I do these for like a couple of hours. But I honestly might just crash after the stream. I might just go to bed because I'm just feeling so gosh heckin' tired. I like how this is like completely undecipherable if you're anyone but me. Like, I can tell what's going on, but I'm assuming that most average people can't. And I just realized something I should probably be doing when doing these frames is drawing on the shirt. Because if you look at like the last keyframe, he has his coat. He has his coat, so you should probably be drawing that on all the keyframes. So let's, nothing too complicated. Let's just kind of bring that in there. It's probably going to be mostly the same for like these kind of. if these look extremely rough and rushed, it's because they kind of are. When I do like the line work and whatnot, it's gonna be way more consistent. Because like right now, I'm just trying to like figure out the posing and whatnot. I'm just trying to figure out the posing and the general look. I'm not terribly concerned about it being super consistent quite yet. Whoa, that is visually really weird. So I think we'll do one more of this sad boy pose, and then we'll probably start smearing a little bit more and doing like the weird kind of crazy looking stuff. I'm honestly almost tempted to just cut out these arms, and I might just redo the arms on all the poses, because I kind of don't like how they look. They look a little bit weird and stringy, and I don't know. What do you guys think? Haha, streamer goes brrrr. Yeah, more or less, that's basically what I do, is all of my streaming content can best be described as, hey, you know Dr. Josh Fox? Oh, do you mean the guy who's constantly who's constantly going like a horse? Yeah, that one. Yeah, I hate that guy. Alright, I might redo the arms, because I don't really like how they look. Although I might come back to that after, just so we can, get a bit more progress on stuff that's a little bit more important. See, what's nice about this animation is compared to, there was another one I had to do for this particular thing, and it's theoretically about as simple, but it's a bit longer and required a bit more comedic timing. So feel free to screen cap that if you want. I know I am. I can find the... There we go, print screen. I like the arms. Okay. Maybe I'll go back and... I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna give you a second. Feel free to screen cap that, because... Oh, by the way, also sorry for the mic bug, but feel free to screen cap that. English is not the friend the day is today, I guess. But yeah, feel free to screen cap that, because that is special. The pose I drew him in, that is, you know, I might just a little bit less work. I think his arms need to be a little bit thicker, and his body needs to be a bit more straight, because he's kind of pushing it out a bit more now. See, that's kind of the problem when I'm like trying to animate something specific, is I don't really have any reference for something like that. Like if I'm trying to like say, oh, I want him to do like a roundhouse kick. That's something I could like look up. But for kind of what I'm doing, it's not like a unique thing, but trying to find like a real world reference of someone going like surprise and throwing up their arms like a silly boy is it's not quite as easy, I guess you could say. Let me actually bring his hair down more, because it kind of just looks like his hair is like in the same place. there's actually a few corrections I think I'm gonna have to do. Again, as someone who doesn't, I'm an amateur animator at best. You know, it's not something I do a lot of. It's something I want to start doing more casually because, like, for fun and whatnot. Because I know exactly the sorts of things I want to animate for fun. But I don't normally have the time. Of course, I could upload that stuff to YouTube and be like, hey, it's YouTube content. You should all watch my YouTube content because it's pretty nifty. I might go back and sort of fix the body as well. Maybe kind of like lower the head a bit too. I don't. I'm gonna go back to like in between one. I'm gonna lower the head a bit so it looks a little bit more like he's kind of ducking his head down. You know, he's getting ready for his big dumb attack or whatever you want to call this. Crud. So yeah, these are extremely messy sketches. So I'm probably gonna have to go back and like more properly flesh them out with like a second pass. Again, I wouldn't normally do that for like an animation, but these are pretty messy. So oh my god, he looks so edgy. What's funny is that that's not even like the gag. Like, he's not, like, supposed to look edgy and then all happy and fun. The joke is that he's just doing, like, a surprise thing. I don't want to give the context as for why, because it kind of spoils the joke in the video, but, I think that that's funny, is, he's kind of... I like how his ears are getting smaller. Anyway, what program is this? I'd like to learn animation someday. Also, thank you, What I Wish, but also, Shawnee, this is Clip Studio Paint. Specifically, this is the, I think this is the EX version. You can, on the regular Pro version, you could do animation like this, but it's only up to 25 frames. Like 25 total frames. Whereas here, you can basically go for however long you want. It's a good program for, like, basic animations, but I wouldn't recommend trying to do it for, like, a whole production. I mean, you can, but there are caveats, namely that, unfortunately, Clip Studio files only work with Clip Studio Paint, so if you wanted to break it into, like, Adobe or something and put it in, like, After Effects, you can't, really. I think you could save it in, like, Adobe save files, but I've never tried because I don't like using Adobe products. Also, there is no way to sync up sound in the animation. You have to do that manually, and that's a bit of a pain, admittedly. It's not impossible. I had to actually do it for, or I'm gonna have to do it because I already have the audio recording, I have the animation done, but the animation that I shared on Twitter already, I have to sort of sync up the audio with that, which may require some finagling in my video editing software. So that's gonna be a pain. But, you know, it's not, like, terrible or anything. I like the program for animating, but yeah, you see, like, there's already, like, a little bit of motion going on. This already looks way better. I might actually have him hold on this kind of, like, on this weird martial arts pose for a minute, for, like, a couple of frames. This is, what, frame 20, I think? Yeah, so frame 20, we'll say... Well, no, because that 23, 24... Yeah, because then that'll only lead about... So, maybe not. 20, 21... Maybe for, like, 2 frames. So there's a little bit more of it. This one I'm going to draw from scratch because there's going to be some... We're going to get to see some smearing now. And you'll get to see Fox turn into a horrific smeared demon. It's going to be so much fun. Oh, I see. Got it. Yeah, I think it's good if you're learning to animate like I am. If you're learning to animate sort of frame by frame. If you want to do like vector animations or like puppet animation, No, I would not recommend this one because, as far as I can tell, there are vector and shapes and whatnot, but you can't really do it in like a traditional way with like a rig and whatnot, which I'd love to learn how to do, but there's no like good. From what I understand, there's like no good programs for doing like puppet rigs and whatnot that don't cost you like your soul. And that's unfortunate because it's something I'm curious with. It's something I'd like to try, but it doesn't look like that's something I'm gonna get to do until I can afford to, or until I get into like school for animation, which is my plan right now. Which I don't know how that's gonna affect my YouTube. I hope it doesn't too bad, but animation is an extremely busy program, so. You know, you never know, right? That won't be for a while, though. That won't be for quite some time. Like, another, like, year or so. Jeez, my nose is all sorts of itchy today. It's probably because I'm on stream, and it's making me sound like more of a doofus. Oh, we got 10 viewers today. That's a little bit more than normal, actually. Hi, folks. How you doing? So the crazy smearing isn't too bad right now, but I say too bad. Smearing's a great thing. I think it's a really great tool for helping with motion. It's cheap, it's exaggerated, but it could still help make things to look a little bit fluid. I'm still kind of figuring it out because it sort of requires a good knowledge of motion and whatnot, and that's something I have to do a bit more study on. Admittedly, I've just sort of other than the ball study, that the bouncing ball, which hang on, let me see if I can find that and pull it up super quick, just for the sake of looking at something different. Test. No, that's something else, and you may have noticed the words. You may have noticed some slightly not safe for work words there, but like this little test here, the bouncing ball. This is sort of like the main thing outside of like the main thing I did for studying outside of reading. So I'm still kind of figuring things out. I really should do more test animations. So the next Fox Tales I do might not have as many of these, just for the sake of meaning that I can dedicate a bit more time to animating for free time. Because the past couple of Fox Tales have been a bit more complicated in terms of what I've been trying to do, which is good. It means I'm trying to improve, but that does also mean that unfortunately I don't get as much free time, and I've been like super busy with these. So I'm also super hoping that they do really well, because like the I actually don't know what the metrics on the dieting one that I just did were. They've been alright, but like, you know, it's kind of hard to break into, I guess you could call it the YouTube sphere. Let's look at the last keyframe. Here, yeah, let's have it kind of part off a bit, like so. So let's look at this so far. Yeah, so you can see it's kind of starting to come together. It's obviously, like, really... Here, let me actually, like, turn the opacity on this all the way up so we get a bit of a better idea. So it's starting to kind of come together. You could definitely get a bit more better feel for the movement. And can I just say that my favorite part about animating has been seeing this little butt nugget. This butt nugget. Hang on, let me butt nugget. I'm gonna keep that up there for the rest of the stream. Just a little thing pointing and saying butt nugget. Let me But anyway, just seeing this little butt nugget move is super cool, and I can't wait to like animate my other characters, which I know maybe not all of you know because I don't draw them very often. I tend to mostly draw the butt nugget because I like drawing my Sona because I'm just that kind of guy. Let's add a new in between. Let's specify that it's in between 6. This one's probably going to be a bit more ridiculous looking, but that's all right because I like ridiculous. Ridiculous is fun. So obviously, again, this is going to be like more detailed, a little bit better looking when I get into like the line work and color and whatnot. Because yeah, I've been trying to color my animations too, and here's the thing: it's like it's no different than like the rest of the art that I do, where it's like I really like doing it, but that doesn't mean it can't be exhausting. And yeah, even just simple animations like this take a while when you're just like a one-person team who's basically learning as they're doing, you know? Like, other than a couple YouTube videos, I basically all like the stuff for animating with Clip Studio, I've basically been doing that on my own time. It's just figuring things out on my own. Yeah, it's about there. Okay. That smear I know. I love smear frames. They're so much fun to draw, and they're so much fun to laugh at. It's kind of unfortunate that I think a lot of people like I think a lot of people misinterpret their use, and a lot of the time they're like, oh wow, that looks so lazy and terrible, I can't believe that they were paid to animate that. Bruh, you're gonna see it for like half a second and it helps to fill in like frames on like a limited budget and time. It's okay. It's I think it's because a lot of people don't actually like, yeah, actually, you know what, maybe it should be like on a bit of an angle, because like if you like look, he's on an angle, so let's fix that. Let's make him kind of going on a bit of an angle. Kind of same thing, just have to tilt it slightly. It's not that hard to fix when we're just kind of doing like super simple kind of animation. If I were to like have it kind of like going on like a swerve, like if I were to have it kind of like his head moving like this, like smearing like this, that might actually look really cool. Of course, I think we're on smear 23, so I don't have a lot of space, so I might actually make this animation a little bit more complicated. I might push this back a little. If I want to increase the time for my, it's alright. It's actually really easy to increase the time in your animation, although I am going to have to go back and individually do all the animation folders up again and make them like the proper time. But that's okay. That doesn't take too long. It's a little bit tedious, but it's not that big a deal. Again, this animation plan, a lot of the time I tend to not ignore it, but it's more like a, if things work out the way like I originally envisioned them, but if I could think of something better, I'm going to go with what's better, you know? So, people in the chat, if there's anyone new in the chat and you feel like sharing, how y'all doing? We had a few people earlier talking about how they were feeling, and it'd be kind of cool to, you know, hear from everyone, see how everyone's doing. Like, if you're just lurking, you know, if you have a mind to, feel free to chat it up, because I love hearing from you guys. Here, I think it would, because of perspective, it'd look a little bit smaller, I guess. Well, not smaller, but a little bit shorter is probably a good way to put it. And this actually probably would too. I might actually have to go back and fix the final keyframe because it may not necessarily be consistent. But that's fine. That's, again, this is all maybes. right, let's see how it looks so far. Yeah, it's starting to come together. You can definitely kind of like feel it. You can even kind of feel the motion of him going off to the side. I kind of like how that looks, actually. It looks pretty good so far. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I don't know, what do y'all think? I think it's looking pretty good. I was drawing a commission, but then this stream encouraged me to work on a meme. You shall see it on Twitter soon. Yes! Yes! Good! Fantastic! CJ, I love memes. Please send me them sweet and juicy memes, CJ. I'm glad y'all are having a good time, because I was really worried that people weren't gonna have a good time because of the way this kind of started, and I was kind of fumbling all over the place when we started. I might run a little bit later than just 9, just because of the fact that yeah, I think I'm gonna have to make this bit a little bit longer, just so I can, I don't know, like the extra flourishes I wanna. So now I have to pay more attention to the final keyframe. So I want to kind of try and like, well, what I could do is I could copy the keyframe, and I could try and see if I can smear it. Let's try that. Let's try that and see how that works out for us. But I am probably gonna move the keyframe and move the amount of time that this is actually like done. Okay, so keyframe 2, layer, duplicate, rename it to in between 07. Actually don't need this visible right now because of look and go. Oh, hi Void. Everyone say hi to Void. Void's my roommate. He also does streams, by the way. Feel free to well, actually I don't. I think I have it so links aren't allowed. Let me just real quickly go to your page and link it. Be like, hey everyone, you should follow this dude. Oh, Void, what the heck? You're not in my friends list. Boy? I'm offended. Add friend. Follow him. He plays like Dark Souls and whatnot, and a few other games. But primarily lately he's been doing like Dark Souls. So you know, that's pretty cool. Dark Souls is always fun. Was it 3? I always forget. It was 3, right? You know, actually, I am gonna turn back on the keyframe just so I kind of have an idea where things are. We'll have to constantly go back and. So there's going to be some slight smearing on this one. Not a ton, but this one will have a lot of... He's been suffering with 3 a lot. Also, everyone, also say hi to Blitzio. Blitzio is my boyfriend. And he has an awesome YouTube. Let me just Oh, hang on. Some anime just tried to scream at me. Let me go to my subscriptions, YouTube, you jerks. No, like a list of my subscriptions. Oh, you make me angry, YouTube. Why can't I just go to a list of my subscriptions? You used to do, like, I'm assuming I can still do that, but I can't find it, because, like... Like, there's subscriptions on the side here, but it takes me to all the videos that my subscriptions have. Oh, that's a pain. Yes, Void. The animation is going well. Figgy, I come back and I see Dark Souls along with a. I guess I don't know what that face is. And then all the links, lol. Yes, all the links. You know what? I'll just link. Babe, I'm just gonna link to your Twitter because like for some reason it's like annoying to find your YouTube. And you should probably have the link to your YouTube in your Twitter, babe. But y'all should follow him on Twitter. He's a really sweet guy, and he does like a lot of like fun voice stuff. Like he's a VA, he does voiceover, and his stuff is really good. So yeah. And if you need somebody for a project, you should hire him. He if you've seen the end, like this video is old-ish. But whatever, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna plug it anyway, even though the editing in it is terrible and the art is extremely sloppy. I still like it because I like how the voice acting came out. I did a why you buying clothes at the suit store thing, but with Eggman and Dr. Starline, and he played Dr. Starline, and he was really, really good as Dr. Starline. He played as the kind of like foppish, kind of flamboyant kind of version of the character. It's not quite what I pictured him sounding like, but I really like it anyway. And it was, like, really good. And I was like, ah, oh, that's too good. Yeah, I love it. Okay, so, you know, earlier I said in the stream that the keyframe smile kind of freaks me out. Looking at it now, it's actually kind of cute. I should probably like try and do like because I've been drawing him with like more defined teeth, like little choppers, and I think that they look really cute. I might make that a permanent part of his design. Not like a hard rule where it's like, oh, you have to always draw him with like the little bumpy teeth, but like when I draw him, like the next time I do like new assets, which might be soon, I might actually be doing more new assets soon. I might, or at the very least I might edit the ones that I have. I might give him more, I might give him those like little teeth because they're really cute. I also want to add back in the sort of like colorful stripe he had on the old assets because I feel like he's been missing a bit of color on his color, because like, or at the very least, this cute little fox thing on his shirt. I might want to add that actually, because I think it's a little bit more, I guess you could say, on brand. Okay, we'll see you later, Shawnee. Everyone say bye to Shawnee. It was really good hearing from you. It was really good seeing you in the stream again. I really appreciate you checking out my stuff again. The support's been awesome. Thanks a bundle. Use the good stuff. Here, I'm gonna duplicate this again, but I'm gonna have all like the stuff I want to kind of bounce. So yeah, it's a little bit uneven, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have to delete specified cells. Go to 26. I'm gonna specify keyframe 02, but that's okay. That's fine. 26. Wait. All right, yeah, 25 is what I'm looking for. So let's duplicate this layer again. Layer. Duplicate. We're gonna rename you to In Between 08. We're gonna have it kind of like bump up a little bit before everything settles. So like his hair kind of curls a little bit, create a little bit of like resistance, I guess you could say. A little bit of weight. Actually, here, I'm gonna just real quickly fix this. Just make it look a little bit more animated. Just this little extra strand of hair here. And I'll have the kind of shirt flapping up be a little bit less flapping up than the previous one, because like it indicates, oh, it's going down, as like things are, I guess the motion is coming to a completion, I guess you could say. That's always like the hardest part, is figuring out like the best ways to like make sure that everything looks like it kind of like works, because maybe I'll make like his ears kind of like jump up a little bit too, so it's like they kind of settle in place after whatever the hell like happens with like this monstrosity. So actually what I might do is I might raise the ears and add a bit more like smear to them. Oh gosh, hecky. So real quick, I just want to see how that looks. Though I'm gonna save it because, you know, save frequent. Surprise, yes. Surprise, yes. I don't know if you guys saw the files that were in there or not, because I don't know if it captures that, but you may have just... dress certs. So I started doing animation recently. Yes, yes, I did start doing animation recently. I did say, like, I've never really... That's sort of a lie. I did, like, super, super cheap, awful-looking MS Paint animations in high school. I only made, like, a couple of them. And they were just something as simple as character grabs thing, there's a quick frame of some lines, and then that's it. To the next frame. Or character is talking, and it's, like, single lip flap anime without any kind of rhythm to it. And it looks, like, really terrible. Like, something I did was, one time when I was, like, I think, like 13 before high school, was I had like my super old, totally not a Persona character, and I just had his mouth constantly moving, just up, down, up, down, up, down, and I just dubbed over it, and it was embarrassing and terrible. And that video is gone now. It's been purged from the internet, but I can still remember how it looked because it was like MS Paint using the line tool, and I was still figuring out how to use like digital art tools, and just that was terrible. Anyway, let's see how this looks. Yeah, dang. Okay, that actually came out looking pretty great. I'm glad I added in that extra frame. It ended up looking really nice. Like, dang, that actually ended up looking really good. So I don't think we actually even really need the plan. Well, I'll keep up the plan, actually, just to be safe. Another thing I want to add in is some confetti for when the surprise shows up, because of I think it'll be funny. So I think it'll start the confetti around here when he's like all bouncing and whatnot. So let's add in another animation file, animation folder. We'll call it Don't Be Upsetty, Have Some Confetti. Now this one's going to be a little bit tough because I've never animated confetti before. So I have no idea what I'm trying to do here. But I guess we'll see, right? This one I don't really need to like sketch out. I think I'm just going to do like colored lines. And so let's get that first one in. Let's specify a 1. We'll call it just, yeah, we'll just leave it 01 because it's not like, so I'm just gonna do like some red. Yeah, I'll just do like some like red and yellow because it'll contrast against like the blue. I'll lower the opacity on sketches here. But yeah, I actually really like how that came out. I might like save that as a GIF and post it to like a Twitter when all of this is done. So I'm gonna have them kind of all coming off of him. Couple of blue, couple of yellow, or maybe not blue because it might. Let's see how that looks on the background. You know what? That's actually fine. Let's keep in the blue. Just red, blue, and yellow. Okay, let's specify that next layer, or rather, let's make that next layer and then specify that next layer. There we go. Keep the confetti simple, otherwise YouTube will make the whole video blurry. Yeah, I was thinking of, yeah, because I know that YouTube compression's kind of a pain. I was thinking of just doing like I'm doing here, just like a couple of lines. Just a couple of colorful lines. And just kind of having them kind of fling off into the distance, you know, and kind of like maybe twirl a little bit. Nothing too complicated. I just have to remember which color is what is kind of the main problem I'm going to be suffering from while I'm doing this. So these two are blue. Oh, sorry about the mic bump. I've got my sound filter here, and for some reason it's like really loose now, and I don't know how that happens. And I'd rather not fiddle around with it while you guys are listening. So after the stream, I'm probably gonna take a look at it and try and fix it. For now, we'll just leave it as is. A little bit more rounded, you know. I believe the other blue one was here. Yeah, so it's a bit more like zoop. These ones were yellow, I think. So let's, yeah. These ones were red. I'm just gonna save it again. I don't know why. I'm suddenly getting a bad feeling like things are gonna start crashing. Okay, let's add another layer. Let us specify that. Oh, okay, I know what happened. That was weird, but... Oh, people in the audience, how y'all feel that they're doing another Crash game? If any of you have ever played, like, Crash Bandicoot. I'm assuming most of you have. I might be mistaken, but, like, how do y'all feel about that? Dang it, Avast. Whenever Avast pops up, it likes to kind of mess up my programs like that. Or rather, it likes to mess up this program specifically. It drives me up the frickin' wall. I almost said it, but I didn't. Let's see, so it's to... say it's kind of like circling around. As for this last one, these are yellow, so, same kind of deal. Looks like that it's more like circling around. Let's see how that looks so far. Let's, okay, so it's looking alright. I think I need to, like, make the confetti movement a bit more exaggerated. So let's, oh, well, I didn't say the F word, but I did say the SH word. This is why I can't curse. I can't stream. I curse way too easily. Yeah. It's really happy that people got that before, like, right as I did. Dresser, you haven't, and Milksteak, you have no nostalgia for Crash. Okay, well, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm more cautiously optimistic because if I may be so bold and controversial for a second, I didn't really like the Reignited, not Reignited, I actually really like the Spyro Reignited trilogy, the Insane trilogy. I thought that, like, the heart was there, and it was, like, it wasn't a, like, I'm not gonna say, like, it's a bad game, but they didn't really account for the new hit detection and a lot of the stage design, which is why, like, a lot of the time the game, like, the hit detection and the character weight, because, like, Crash has always been pretty heavy, but, like, now he's, like, he feels even heavier, and so going back to play it makes the game a lot more frustrating. Okay, it looks a little bit better, yeah. Like, I don't know if anyone shares that sentiment, who's sort of, like, played the original and played the remake, because, like, I don't want to say that it's, like, like, they're bad. They're not bad. They're good. I just don't like them as much. Except for the first game. The original Crash game is almost unplayable to me. I'm sorry. Just with all, like, the stupid nonsense it pulls. I don't like that game. But, like, when it comes to, like, Crash 2 or 3, I'm not, like, the best at those games, but I'm alright. But I find the Reignited trilogy versions to be, like, way harder because of the way that they control. And I guess from what I understand, I think I don't know if it's like the same developer, but I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of like the same team was brought on and if it was using like the same engine. So I think it's Toys for Bob, the guys who did the Spyro Reignited trilogy, and I hope that with this new engine that they have, they make it a little bit the sort of the level design is a little bit more, I guess you could say, like intelligent around. I can't talk today. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. It just that's how it felt to me. And I hope that with the new game that they that they just keep in mind that Crash doesn't control exactly like how he used to, and they make adjustments appropriately, I guess, and that they keep that in mind when they're making like the next game, because that's kind of my biggest beef with the original game with the remakes was that they don't feel right. Frankly, I'm just sat here waiting for them to announce the next Sonic game. It's been quite a while since Forces, so let's get those announcements in, boys. Let's hear them announcements. I'm a little tired of waiting. Let's just hope it's something better than Forces, because Lord knows. That game left a sour taste in a lot of fans' mouths, myself included. I probably oversell how bad the game is, because it's not really that bad. The only Crash games I have experience with are a racing game and Twin Sanity. Is the racing game Tag Team Racing? And yes, Twin Sanity is a fever dream, but I love it. It's glitchy as heck, and there's a lot of missing content, but I love it anyway. It's a ton of fun. It's a really, really silly game. It's ridiculously silly. It doesn't take itself like seriously at all, and I think that kind of works for Crash Bandicoot. Is this kind of doofy, kind of I don't care, kind of vaguely kind of Ren and Stimpy attitude that the game has. That I guess you could say like the Activision era, or I say the Activision era, they're still the ones who own the rights to Crash. Don't think it was Tag Team. What was it on? Was it on PS2? I went oddly quiet. I think the racing game was on PS2. Then that was if it wasn't Tag Team Racing, it was probably Crash Nitro Kart, which is okay. It's basically just a Crash Tag Team Racing repackaged with some of the characters from the later games. Actually, while we're on that, because of Crash 4, they're calling it, I guess Crunch is no longer canon. That's unfortunate. I like Crunch. Anyway, Sonic Forces wasn't that bad, and that's my biggest problem with it. I like it when Sonic is either really good or really bad, just mediocrity is what. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. Maybe not when it's like really bad, because like really bad to me is like Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, and I hate that game. I can't stand that game. Like, say what you want about like Sonic, Sonic 06, but at least there's like ambition in that game. I mean, a lot of it's misplaced, but oh, I see what I did. Okay, a lot of it's misplaced, sure, but like it's still like there's still like effort and whatnot put into it, or into parts of it, and you could tell that a lot of its issues are because they were rushed. Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, I do not have the same feelings for. Like, that game to me just, I understand they were also rushed, but even if it came out, I get the feeling it wouldn't have been very, like, even if it came out the way that it should have, I get the feeling it probably would have been really boring and lame. I recognize that that's not something everyone agrees with, like, everyone, like, thinks, but, like, in general, I just feel like that, like, even when we first saw that game and everyone was all like, oh, man, it actually looks pretty good, I never thought it looked good. I thought it was like, oh, well, it's just a generic team-based beat-em-up that has nothing to do with Sonic. Okay, sure. I wouldn't have even liked that game even if it did come out like it was supposed to, frankly. I recognize that might be a little bit mean, but, you know. But, Sonic Forces, to me, it is mediocre, but I get frustrated at, like, a lot of, like, the characterization things and, like, dorky things that, like, I recognize that probably don't matter to most people, because I actually really like the extended Sonic the Hedgehog cast, and I always get, like, frustrated whenever they're, like, poorly written and, like, flanderized, which has been happening a lot in the games. And to a lesser extent the IDW comics, but that's mostly been Sega's kind of, I guess, interference in a way. We got a bit more loosey-goosey with the confetti. I'm gonna save it. But yeah, that racing game you got was probably Crash Nitro Kart if it wasn't Tag Team Racing. It's pretty good. It's just more of a Crash Team race. It's just more CTR. It's just more of Crash Team Racing, which is a good game. It's I'm more of a Mario Kart guy myself, but even then I'm not like super into racing games. So like, but you know, it's good. It's good. It's more of the same. If you played like CTR, which given what you said, I'm guessing you haven't. It's very much it's a pretty similar game. Even when they did the Crash Team Racing re-release, they even added in a bunch of content from Nitro Kart. I said re-release. I meant to say remake. That remake is pretty good. It's just a shame that they added in a bunch of microtransaction nonsense. Because you know Activision, that's just what they do. They're Activision, and if something is fun, they have to milk it for all of its worth. And I hate that. I hate that about Activision so much. Because to me, I like to think that they're like better than EA, but then I remember all like the nonsense how they pulled and the fact that it's basically their fault why A, Call of Duty ended up all over the place, and B, the fact that like I don't really like Call of Duty, but I also kind of really hate how people like the second something Call of Duty shows up, people like shit on it and shit on their fans, and like that. I said, you know what? Like, F in the chats for PG rating, because I just dropped the word like 10 times, because that's just the kind of fella I am today. F in the chat. F in the chat for my rating on YouTube. F. F. F is for friends who do stuff together. fuck, excuse me. F, G, H, J. I said F in the chat, damn it! These are not proper respects. We're going to lose subscriber. I'm actually making good time on this. It's only been like an hour 30, and I feel like I've mostly gotten all like the difficult, like sketchy stuff done. So that's cool. Alright, so I think I finished the confetti. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, cool. It looks actually really good. I mean, it's. I mean, the gravity on the confetti itself's a little bit weird, but whatever. You know, it's cute. It's fine. It works. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I still really like how his ears came out. Like, I still really like the bounce on his like ears. Oh, now it's doing that thing where it's skipping frames. I love that. I love that. But yeah, I really like how like the bounce on like his hair and whatnot came out. Good stuff. Okay, excellent. Next we're gonna do the tail, because if you remember, Fox has a tail. That's why it's Fox tails. I'm actually gonna get rid of the animation plan. I don't think we need that anymore. Alternatively, I could because I'm thinking now, because I also have to have text that says surprise up here, and so I'm thinking maybe I could do that first. I'm just not really sure how I'm gonna go about doing it. Yeah, I think we'll do the text first, just for the sake of doing something different. So let's add in a new animation folder. We're gonna call it just text. Text. Just gonna fix some settings super quick because I think I might be able to. No, I can't make it not on the layer. Nah, that's unfortunate. Okay. Well, actually, that's not gonna be a big issue. Let me just type in. We'll just use. Let's use like another font. Let's use like a fun, doofy font. Obviously, we have to use Comic Sans. Of course, I could always write the font myself. Maybe show card Gothic. Let me see. Surprise. Well, let's for starters. Let's change it to like black or something, and we'll get kind of an idea of how to make it look. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that font? Oh, CJ finished his meme. I'm gonna go look at my Twitter super quick. I'm sharing it, CJ. I'm sharing the meme. And I'm retweeting it. That is great. I am so happy that you shared that. Thank you. I'm actually gonna go with this font. Yeah. So let's So I've never actually tried to animate text in this program before. So what? What happened to the set? Oh no! Can I not? Can I not animate text in the program? Can I not? No, I don't think I can, because it just kind of disappears. That's really weird. Let's see. Yeah, because like the second I take... You know what? I don't really need to... Here, if I rasterize it, it should be fine. Let me just rasterize... No, it doesn't show up. Or maybe it's... Because like I could see it on my timeline. Like, it's right here. Because I'm not in the right frame? Oh! I'm stupid. I'm stupid. Because I didn't specify this. Well, that's embarrassing. Okay, start it here, I think, where he's like, oh, this is horrific, by the way. I love smear frames like this because they're horrific. Look at him. Look at him. All right, I'm gonna specify surprise. Okay, and I'm gonna edit the size. I'm gonna make it like small. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so the way that naming in the cell assignment and whatnot works is really cool. The minute that you automatically make a new layer, it'll do something like, say, make it if you look here, 13, 12 numbers or whatever, or in the case of sketches, I put keyframe in between. And for in between, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess for like if you're doing it by letters, it'll automatically put the next letter up because I wrote surprise. And while it still says surprise for the second frame of this, it says Suprif. The name of the layer is Suprif. That's funny. That's the right spelling of surprise, right? Surprise. Surprise. Yep, that's the right spelling. Okay, cool. Because I always misspell that word. Because, like I said before, I am not a very smart fox. Yeah, now it's Surprisg. Surprisg. You know what? Those are perfect names. I'm not changing them. Surprise. Ah, son of a... Instead of a poop. You know, in hindsight, I could probably just do the text in the program, in my video editing program, but this is, honestly, this is probably faster. It's like, it's coming out okay, so, you know, I'm not gonna be too anal retentive about it, I guess. Wait, is it? Oh no, did I resize the wrong one? No, looks like it... No, I guess not. Okay, 28. So Prizzy. Huh. Oh, it's because I was... Here, I'm gonna make it kind of bump up and be a little bit oversized for a sec. Maybe a little bit, like, thin, too, so it's kind of like... Brrr. And then next one, I'll kind of squish it, and then it'll be, like, normal for, like, the end. So let's layer... Duplicate. Surprise! Surprise! Will you by any chance do a commission for animation? Oh, he said poop. Yes, I said poop. My stream is now R-rated. Animation commissions? Not right now, but perhaps in the future when I feel more comfortable with animating. I do appreciate the interest, though. If any of you are interested, I do offer commissions. I could probably link to my... Yeah, you know what, it's a little bit silly. Well, no, you know what? No, I'm gonna link to my sheet if I can find it. No, I can't find it off the cuff, because Twitter. I am, however, going to, real quick, because I forgot to do this, link to my Ko-fi where you can shoot me a donation, or if you want, I also have a Streamlabs where you can do the same thing. Let me just... I don't know if it'll tell me or not about it because of, Streamlabs is all sorts of weird, and I don't know how all this stuff works yet, so, yeah, anyway. Let's get back to, animating. Was that the wrong frame? It was. I keep doing this to myself. Suppress. That should be good. Let's take a quick look and see how that looks. Yeah, awesome. It ended up looking really good. That's basically exactly what I was going for. Awesome. That's fantastic. That came out like exactly how I wanted it to. Let's see how it looks against the blue background, though. Because it's not showing up for some reason. You want to know why? I think I know why it's not showing up. Yeah, it doesn't. I didn't put it all the way. So let's, there we go. Okay. No, it's not quite all the way. There we go. Okay. So let's see how that looks in motion against the blue background. It doesn't look too bad. See, I'm wondering if I could, like, duplicate it and then, like, add, like, a drop shadow. Or something. If I can, like, move the whole thing all at once. I hope I can, because that would be super... I can! Yes! Okay, let's lower opacity. Add a little drop shadow. Add a bit of a sort of, like... Oh, okay, I see. So let's see how that looks. Drop shadow's a little hard to see, so let's push it out further. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that looks great. That looks fantastic. Awesome. I'm super happy with how this came out. I still have to finish the boy. I might start him like now for like the last few minutes of the stream. Just so you know we have something to go off of. I was gonna do his tail, but I don't think I need to, because the reason why there's so much empty space, if you're curious, is because of the way that so far so good. Yeah, I actually really like how it looks. Anyway, the reason why I have left so much, I actually might move everything a little bit to the side, just for the sake of centering it a little bit, is because of, unfortunately, the program that I use has this really weird, like, cropping thing. It's actually, I tried to get to add, like, an animated background. Like, I like this background here. I tried to get it to move in the program, but because of the weird cropping, I wasn't able to tell that it was just shifting off screen rather than actually animating, if that makes any sense. And so now and I've always had weird issues with cropping and whatnot, so now I'm really weary about that. So whenever I do something like this, I leave, like, a lot of dead space, so that I can crop accordingly. So it probably, you won't see this much space here. It'll probably be more like this or something. Like, it'll probably be something a bit more like this. Something like that. So I don't think I need to do the tail. I think I'm just going to jump right into doing the line work. And then I'll have to do the colors. My favorite. Okay. So yeah, to be honest, actually, this is going by pretty quickly. Let me just line work. I might actually move the sketch down a little bit more so it's not too close to the text. Something like here. Let's see how that, like, looks in motion. Yeah, I like that spacing better. So let's line work a 1, a 1. Okay. I'm also going to leave a little, like, reminder to myself for whatever line size I choose to go with. I'm also going to get rid of this on the sketch. I'm going to turn down the opacity. Let me just... this here, I'm going to line 05. Will the butt nugget be included in the final product? No, but I might... I had a screen cap. If you guys are willing to wait a minute, I'm just going to real quickly, like, open up a new file. New. Okay. Control V. What happened? I had a screen cap or something. Remember the mom said it was my turn on the... Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. No problem then. I'm going to, snip. Oh. Gosh, hecky. I'm just gonna... Cropping's a little weird, but whatever. I'm just gonna... I just saved a screen cap of that, and I'm just gonna upload it to Twitter. I'm just gonna... No context, just butt nugget. I'm just gonna... This is what you're missing if you don't watch my streams. Hashtag quality. Just a low resolution JPEG of butt nugget. Oh, CJ, I got a screen cap of butt nugget, so it's all good. Echo kind of looks like I wrote line OS. Alright, so let's... I thought I did specify. No, I didn't. Okay. But it didn't work for some reason. Line 01. Okay, there we go. Okay, that was weird. I probably did something I didn't see that was kind of like silly. Line art is the most exhausting part of the process for me when it comes to normally drawing. But I found when I animated last, jeez, what did I call it? The screaming. When I animated that screaming thing I posted to Twitter, I found that coloring was the most exhausting part. But that might honestly be less due to the fact that it was like the hardest part, and more due to the fact that I at that point I had been animating that same thing for so long. I was just done with it. I didn't do it all in one stretch. I should like stress that I didn't do it all in one go. But actually, I'm gonna start the line art over here again because I want to make this a vector layer. Oops, my bad. But that's okay, because if I type in... Oh, it's already up. Wait, why is it a folder? That's not what I meant to do. There we go. Let's rename you to, keyframe 01. And it should show up because it was technically already specified. So because it shares the name, it should be good to go. And that's a vector layer, which means I'll have an easier time manipulating it, and the line quality will be crisper. The only real thing is I can't fill things in with it, but that's okay because I'll be doing a separate layer for color anyway, so it's not even a big deal. We're back to square one though, eh? We're back on the single, just the first frame, just me having a real poop of it, just trying to get things to work though. I said poop again. Censor my stream. Hashtag censor Dr. Josh Fox. Cancel Hashtag Dr. Josh Fox's over party. Butt nugget sounds pretty cute though. You see, I would agree if it didn't make me think of poop. So we're at 9:02. I think after I finish this keyframe, I think we're done for the night. This was a really like quick feeling stream. Like this felt like it just flew by. boop that snoot. Alright, boop. Oh, I literally just got a Telegram message. Thought I had Telegram off. This happened last stream too, didn't it? I was all like, I thought I had Discord off, and then like, I very clearly did not have Discord off. This is actually my first time animating Fox with the coat on, so I call it a coat. It's more like just like a button-up shirt. I'm super excited for that. I'm also like just I don't know. I'm super pleased with how the animation overall is coming out so far. I actually kind of like it better than the screaming animation, which is, you know, that's good. I did this afterwards. I should like it better. You know, it'd be a little bit disappointing if my progress was just getting worse. Of course, progress is fluid. You know, we're never moving in one direction. I wonder, do I add on the glasses? Because that might make this a little bit more complicated. Yeah, I'll add on the glasses now, and if it starts to become a pain, I'll just remove them. It's really not that big a deal. I like this super edgy pose I have him in at the beginning. You kind of like, I don't know. It's just something really funny about it that he's like in like this super edgy pose. I don't know. I thought it was funny. Anyway, so now that I'm gonna do a bit of cleanup first. I'm totally not trying to draw out the stream just because I really like hanging with you guys or anything. But I also don't want it to go too far past when I was intending it to, because like, you know, don't want to don't want to take up too much of the bandwidth in the house and all that good stuff. So I don't know. That, and I'm getting pretty tired, so I kind of want to. I've been basically working all day, so I kind of want to spend the rest of the day, what little time I have left before I go to bed, just kind of chilling, you know, vibing, if you will. Okay, so now that we've ostensibly finished this one line work, this keyframe, I think that's a good time to finish the stream. I guess the only thing I can really like just end it on is this little screen here of the butt nugget. Well, actually, no, real quick, I just want to play the animation one more time because I do really like how it came out. So let's add on that background again. Let's go to the beginning and let's just play that animation. Well, the background actually makes it a little bit hard, so let's turn on the opacity on it. Let's turn the sketches up to 100%. No, don't move that. Thank you. 100%. And let's go back to the beginning, and let's just play out the animation one last time. Next, you need to animate a dab. I will probably end up animating a dab. I know I want to do like the stupid Orange Justice Fortnite dance at some point, because that one, depending on how you do it, it's either really hard or really easy to animate. I might do it with less frames, make it easier. Yeah, like that came out really well. I really like how this came out. So, surprise butt nugget is, what you can take away. Surprise butt nugget is what you can take away from this stream. I have nothing else to really say other than this. I actually am really happy with how this came out. Like, I'm super jazzed with how this came out. It came out a lot better than I thought it was going to. And I'm, like, super happy because of that. Nothing else really to say. Thank you all so much for tuning in and just entertaining my madness while I animate. You guys are the best. I hope you're looking forward to Foxtails because of, I'm really looking forward to this one. I already recorded all the audio. I had a ton of fun recording the audio. I'm going to start editing tomorrow, and I'm going to try and finish up this animation as soon as I can so I can just get it all ready for you guys and make it as perfect as I can. I'm really glad you guys have been here and supporting my stuff and whatnot, both the stream and the YouTube. Just thank you all so much. You're all awesome. I love every single one of you. And hopefully next time we will have the Streamlabs stuff set up so it can be a little bit nicer to look at, and you guys can have a bot to interact with and all that good stuff. But until then, I love you all. Thanks for watching. I'm ending the stream now. Bye.